All right, how's it going, everyone? My name is Drew, and this is the new Minecraft series that I'll be doing in survival single player. And I started this new world that I've done very, very little in. I spawned a few hundred blocks in another direction, and then I found this area. When I was making this world, this was not originally going to be a YouTube series, but when I decided to do a YouTube series, I thought, well, I have a brand new world that I could just start in, so I thought, why not try that? So I'm still very early in the world, and one of the things I kind of want to work on the most right now is getting my food supply up. So just a few blocks over that way, I started a farm. So I think what I'll do in this very first episode is actually go work on that farm. So I want to make sure that we have decent resources. My bed's already over there, actually, so I started doing a little bit of work, but not much. It's just cows and a fence. So I'll go do that right now. I take it if you guys are watching this video, you have some sort of interest in Minecraft, so that's pretty cool. We kind of have that in common. I really like Minecraft. And I hope you guys find some sort of amusement in that. I'll try to build cool things and go on cool adventures, just for YouTube's sake. If you guys want to comment and let me know your thoughts on, the direction that the series goes in, and what you would like to see, like, suggest a way. Like, if you look at this world and I'm going to refresh my frame rates, so I don't really know how well my frames are right now. I'm using Optifine, but we'll see how that goes. If you guys see something in the world that you want me to go explore for you, or if you have a cool idea of a build that you'd want to see me test out and try, then sure, like, suggest, and I'll definitely take your word for it. First, for the sake of the first episode, I think I'm going to work on the farm. So I'm not too sure where to start. I guess right now we want to start getting the cows breeding. This is how many cows I'm working with at the moment, but when you breed, like, it can turn into a mess. So I think what I kind of want to do is I want to build a barn more over centered in the field, and that will kind of connect everything together. So that would be the main storage facility. I don't really think there's much in here I want to use, but for now, yeah, so for now, let's just plant a little bit more seeds, and then we'll go to work, start building. So I have been playing Minecraft for quite some time now. Since beta 1.7 is when I started playing Minecraft, and then I got my own account in beta 1.8. So that's all pre-release, and the game has changed quite a bit. And so I've kind of been playing fairly consistent. Oops. Yeah, I put those sheep in there. That cow, or that pig back there, doesn't really have much purpose. If we're going to have a cow farm... Oh my gosh, my frames are terrible. If my... Oh, sorry, I'm just going to check to see where my chunks are. 32 chunks? Oh, it should be okay. Yeah, if we have cows in the farm, then we don't really need pigs, because beef is better than pork in the game. And then sheep, I think it wouldn't... Okay, we'll put that pig in there. And then sheep is a good thing to farm for wool and whatnot. And, if it ever did come to having to kill the sheep, we do get meat out of that too. So I don't think there's a lot of cons to farming sheep, but definitely a lot of pros to farming farming cows, I should say. All right, so let's actually look for a good spot to start building a barn. And I might need to go not farm, but I might need to go cut down more wood. I like building with wood. That's something you will probably figure out quite quickly if you're watching this series. Geez, I don't really know where to start. This is a bad start to a first episode, but bear with me, trust me. It's going somewhere, I promise. I've surveyed the land quite a bit around here. Well, I shouldn't say quite a bit, but enough to know roughly some things I'd like to do. And this barn is one of them. And I know I want to do it here in this field. I kind of want to do it right here in the center. So I would actually, before the episode's over, I would like to have some sort of structure started. I hear a zombie right there. So I'm probably going to build it out of wood. And it might be pretty generic. Mostly oak, spruce, that kind of deal. So I'm just going to start building and just kind of see where it goes. A lot of the times when I'm building something, I tend to go into creative and come up with some sort of concept, like kind of prototype a build, if that makes sense. I like doing that quite a bit, but for this series, I think for the most part, I'd like to try to figure out most things on camera. If I need whatsoever to take some time and really figure something out that I think would be kind of boring to watch, then I would probably do it off camera, but I can't imagine doing a whole lot of work on the series off camera. But maybe I will. Oops. Did not mean to switch to spruce. Chickens we could probably farm too. So anything we would want to farm in the game, I think this is probably the best place to do it. We could even build a stable and breed horses. I think that would be great. I've never really done that in Minecraft before, like actually getting into breeding horses to have more of a stacked horse. I've never done that before in the game. So there's going to be a lot of things that I'll probably do in the series that will be my first time kind of experimenting in. And I would actually really like to rely on a lot of people watching. I'll definitely read the comments. And if people can help me out, please do. I mean, I need all the help I can get when I'm doing new things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Odd numbers are good. At least for me. I do like building in odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll go one more wide over here. Just like that. Alright. So we got something started here. I'm just going to keep refreshing my frames just to make sure that I'm good. Because right now it feels good. But maybe it's when the other chunks load is when it starts to kind of slow down. But I shouldn't really have much of an issue. It might look different on video. I'm not too sure yet. So when walking into this room, I think I might want it 2 blocks wider. Because I'm planning, like, when you walk into this room, this is basically going to be the storage area where all the meat can be stored, all the wool can be stored. We can build it taller so it has a few different levels, but this massive room here is basically just going to consist of having chests. Maybe some furnaces or smokers to cook the meat. Or we can actually build another building for that. I have no problem with having multiple builds for multiple purposes. I think that's kind of cool. So this is looking like a pretty decent shape. I'm just going to go up here to make sure that the location looks okay, because I also do like my builds to look decently nice. Or at least try to make them as nice as possible. Oops. XP from that zombie I killed. Just going to refresh my frames. That's looking like a pretty good location, right? It's almost center in the field. So I think that's pretty nice. I guess next we'll try to focus on height. This is going to be a very simple build. I mean, barns don't need to be complicated by all means. And so maybe what I'll do first, actually. You know what? Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. I like building with dirt because building with dirt is cheap and it's easy to break and it's very easy to kind of get the size of things and stuff like that. So I was thinking about going back to my hut over there. I was going to call it my base. It's not much of a base. But I was hoping I had dirt back there, but I don't think I do. So that's why I'm not going to go back there. We have plenty of wood to work with right now. And by plenty of wood, I mean, in all honesty, not that much wood. So you'll walk in, this will be the main door. Or maybe even we can have a 3-wide door and it can just be open, right? We don't even need like an actual door to walk through. It could just be open because this place will probably be lit up pretty well. I don't imagine mobs being an issue at night. And I think it would just help with the aesthetic too, of just having a more open barn. And I don't know, maybe we can have animals in here too. Maybe we could just leave it grass on the inside. We can have animals just kind of hanging out in here. I'm just throwing out ideas. I might not do that. And by might not, I mean I probably won't do that, but it's a thought. So I think I'd like to get more oak logs just to have a nice exterior to the house, or the barn, I should say. But for now, let's just go with wood. So yeah, we'll do the corners. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more wood, so maybe I can go do that off camera. I don't mind doing that at all. Oops. Woo! And this is actually pretty good too to kind of keep working on this barn, because while we do this, the wheat will grow over there, and when the wheat grows, we can just breed the cows when the wheat is finished, and then we could probably start moving the cows, or at least extending the fence to a wide, like oh, hit my mouse, to be a much more open area. And then we could just do that and just bring the cows kind of closer to here. Like maybe this could almost be land where the cows are kept, and then we can slaughter them, and then we can come into the place, into the barn, and store everything. Maybe cows on this side, maybe sheep on that side, and maybe there are horses in this field, so maybe do a horse stable over there. I think that would be kind of cool. So for now, I'm just gonna keep building this wall. I think I'm going to need more resources. Like I might actually need a lot more resources. So I think I'm probably gonna do some of that off camera, and then when I come back, I'll actually have something hopefully fairly decent to show you. So I'll be right back. All right. So I've done a little bit of work and a little bit of grinding just for some small resources. I have a little bit more wood now and stuff like that. But this is kind of the gist of what I'm going for. So these stone blocks here are going to be chests. And then I made some ladders, and I want to I saved a little bit of work just to do on camera. I want to be able to go up the ladder and have some more storage up here. So maybe this can actually go up one more. Like that. And I brought over some stone just to kind of have a cheap resource and something I have a lot of. It's usually dirt, but I thought I'd bring over stone just to kind of have some temporary blocks in the way, just to show some space and everything that we're kind of working with. So I'm gonna make some chests now, actually, just for the sake of it. I'll do this. That's not much. Well, there goes our wood. I was planning on having the wood to do a little bit more work on building our walls up, but I can always get more wood next time. So the chest would be like this. And maybe in behind we can have maybe a couple more chests, or we could find something to put in behind. Or maybe we can just put the chests block back. So maybe it can be like that instead, but something along the line. So you're going to walk into the barn, and then this is kind of what you're going to see. And these chests will be storage of everything. And you'll be able to go up the ladder for more storage, because I don't know how much space we'll need. Maybe we could have storage on this side, some extra storage, maybe on the other side, because this build, I know this is a term that's used a lot in Minecraft, but this build will be fairly symmetrical. So maybe on the other side we can have furnaces or smokers or something like that, just to have. Or maybe that's what we can have in behind. Maybe we can have storage here and then some cooking blocks on the other side. I don't think I like having the chest back that far, so I'm going to bring this up a bit. So yeah. So this is kind of the gist of the barn that I want to do. If you guys have absolutely any suggestions, let me know, and I'll do what I can to implement your ideas in the build. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, I'm just looking at size of everything. I'm looking at the size of the door and how far this is going to go out. I'd like to have some fences up there too. So, oh, that's a ladder. I'm an idiot. Oh, dirt. I have fences. Oh, have to eat watermelon. I'm only eating watermelon right now because it's cheap, but I do actually have, I guess I don't have it on me, but somewhere I do have a lot more beef and stuff like that. But it's annoying because watermelon is not very filling, and you starve a lot quicker. So something like that. So something like that on this side, and then on that side. And I don't know, maybe in the future I'm going to need food anyway. Maybe in the future when we do the stable, maybe it can be like a very similar design. I'm sure the stable could be bigger too. So like, if we kept it like kind of this, like the walking space is about the same, but this wall could probably go back further because we could have some spaces for horses. And the more space, the better for when you're storing livestock like that. So I'm going to have the bed on me now, so I'm going to sleep. And I'm going to keep working on this right now. Oh, more stone. I'm going to probably need more stone, so I'll have to mine later too. Oops. And this ladder can go right here. So no matter which end you're walking in, I like the ladders kind of being where they are, because if you walk in from this end, the ladder's going to be right here on your left. And then if you walk in from this end, the ladder's going to be right here on your left. So it kind of works out that way pretty nicely. What else? Yeah, so that side's pretty good. So that block will be right here, and this will kind of give us a decent idea of what it's going to look like. Of course, all the stone is going to be replaced with blocks we're actually going to be building with. But this is just all... I've explained it way too many times now, so I don't want to drive you guys crazy. No more ladders, that's okay. Let's just keep doing this. Oops. I'm a mess right now. That's going to be a ladder. Like this. And just to finish this off. And I don't know how high we're going to go either. How much higher the walls are going to be. But I guess if it's 2 levels, it's going to be a pretty tall barn. Oops. And I don't know every other resource that we'll work with. Like, I don't know what the roof is going to look like. I don't know exactly what the exterior is going to look like. But that's why I placed these logs out here too. So when I do my buildings, typically I will have logs on the edge like this because it just adds a lot more depth. Where if you look on this side, I just find it looks a little bit too plain for my liking to just have kind of a flat corner like this. So when you look at it from this end, it's literally just kind of, the corner's just cut off. And it's just kind of flat when you go around. So I do like a little bit of depth. And I think it looks quite nice if you just have it like this. And then when you go around the corner, it's like, cool. Actually, the wall goes in, other than just being flat. If that makes sense. I'm going to put the fences up there right now. And probably, I don't need a ladder right now. I'll have more ladders built for the next episode. Just like that. So when you walk in... Oh, you can't even see those. It's hard to see the fences from down here, but that's okay. Could use upside down stairs too for here, but it's a barn. That's kind of more or less of like a fancy build. It's a barn, so we're gonna keep it pretty generic. But I think this is gonna kind of, hopefully this shows you guys more or less of what I want to do. I don't know what the ground is gonna be like. I might keep it grass, but I don't know. Maybe use dirt. I think it's coarse dirt. I think that's the one that does not convert to grass. So I could bring in some dirt and try to make it look decent. Or I could take a shovel. And I could pretty much do the entire floor like this. But I don't know if chests will sit on that. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. And if we put a chest here, yeah, it just converts it to dirt. So that kind of sucks. We could put wood on the bottom. That's if we even want to go that direction, but we don't have to. Let me know what you guys want to see for the floor. I can pretty much do the floor or anything, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I'm not too picky about that. Put it just here, just for the sake of it. And I guess we could... If we put... Maybe we could put a furnace in like this, because I was thinking if we do a furnace on the back, it might feel a little too claustrophobic where you go in and you don't have a lot of space to work with. We don't really need a lot of reason to actually go back here. So if we put a furnace right there, we can just kind of go in. No need to really have to walk in behind the chests. Put a furnace right there, right click, do your cooking. And we can have a furnace pretty much for every free space like this. We could pretty much have a furnace. So thinking about maybe doing that. And I guess I'll keep building up the wall. So keep building up the walls here. And however tall it feels on the inside for how much space we feel like we have above our heads is probably where we'll stop. Like if that space feels good. I want it to be pretty open. I don't really have an idea of what to do for the ceiling yet. Not for the ceiling, but for the roof. But for the ceiling, we could probably... The ceiling is probably just going to be almost like a hollowed version of the roof. Like, we'll put the roof, and then the ceiling will be whatever the roof looks like from underneath. And then I was thinking about actually having logs in here that just kind of like beams that go across the ceiling. But I can also show you guys what I mean when we get there. So yeah, so getting back to what the series is going to be about, it's just going to be about building our single-player world, having as many cool things in here as possible, playing Minecraft for the sake of playing Minecraft. But I think a way to make it more fun for me is to take suggestions from you guys and actually like making it interesting for myself, trying to do something different. The more suggestions I get from you guys, the more I kind of get out of my comfort zone, building the same thing every time, because that's typically what I do. I just any building I make, even this barn, I've made so many structures that kind of look like this barn. And so I think it'll be like really healthy for me to actually kind of be almost in a way building with other people's styles. So I'll go get more wood. Next episode we'll work on the barn, and I'll have more resources to work with that. I'll do a little bit more work, and hopefully next episode we can actually finish the barn. I'll do a little bit more work off camera. I'd like to finish the barn on camera, and then after that we can actually focus on our cow situation and our sheep situation. And once the barn is done, we'll work on the outside and make this whole area look pretty nice. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. I wonder if our wheat grew. Yeah, a little bit. So thanks for watching, guys, if you made it this far in the episode. I hope you give me a pretty decent chance. Keep following me, and we will make a pretty sweet world together. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.